Woodside Metro Appliances and More. And this is Chef Stephen Brooks, the executive chef for Tankersley Foodservice and Cooking Today.
Yep.
And I am becoming increasingly more full. Oh, who else is stuffed after that? That sauce was just ridiculous.
I'm glad you liked it. I'm glad everybody liked it. Thank you.
That was delicious, and I am so taking mine home in a doggy bag.
Good.
Because I'm full.
Good.
So, for those who still do have a tiny bit of room left and a sweet tooth, I hear we got another thing coming.
Yeah, and you know, the berries are fresh right now. It's a good time for them. And it's a real simple dish. Super simple, okay? And I start with just some breadcrumbs. Man, if you want to use, and actually it's graham cracker crumbs. If you want to use like chocolate chip cookies, or if you want to use a Oreo, the crust of an Oreo cookie, that works perfectly for this. But the graham cracker crumbs work real good. This is graham cracker crumbs and some melted butter, and the butter has started to, it started to, you know, get a little bit cold underneath there. But you just want to mix it up real good, because then the butter will adhere all the crumbs together once you put it in the pan. And I'm messing around with it. You really need to just get
in there,
right in
get
there
dirty.
and get dirty. And so, and the sheet tray that I have right below me is greased up. It's a good idea to use parchment paper for it, but I like to just get all of that right on top. Okay. And then I'll either use my hands like this, like I'm having to do right now, but I will use like just a spatula, a metal spatula that you use to flip burgers or whatever, and just trowel it like I'm making, you know, like you're making a concrete driveway.
I mean, kind of like you're making
like
a cheesecake crust.
Yeah,
you're packing a graham cracker crust into a cheesecake.
Same thing. We're just not using a springform pan here. We're using the sheet tray. But just pack it down real good so you make a nice crust with it. Okay, just like that. Now, then with the fresh blueberries, a little bit of sugar, a little bit of cornstarch. We'll put about half of these guys in there, just like that. And then it's just a good toss. With the cornstarch, the cornstarch will help once they break down. It'll give it just some binder, but just toss them to coat with the sugar and the starch.
Simply not.
Just spread it out, and you can. I mean, you're gonna need all of that sugar anyway. Okay. So
we'll talk to Johnny about that later.
Sorry, Johnny. Just spread it out, and you don't have to cover every little inch of it. Okay, but just a good spreading of it. Then, with some flour and some baking soda, baking powder, and an egg, and the same thing, some good cold butter. You want this to resemble like breadcrumbs, just a little bit bigger in texture.
Is it kind of like if you're making shortbread, you want it kind of look like little peas?
Yeah, a little crumbly. Yeah, just like that. Just like that. Like that, a little flaky is perfect. Okay? Then you just want to spread it around. Just add it right over the top. Just like that.
And you're not really adding a liquid, because when this heats, those blueberries are going to burst and provide you with your...
Do the job for you.
With your liquid.
Yeah. Just want to make sure you have some crumblies over the top. Super simple.
Real simple.
45 minutes at 350 degrees, and you have a beautiful little tart that you can call your own. If you want to add some, strawberry to it, just to change it up just a little bit, give it a little bit different color, you can add those to fill the space. And it just changes the dish up. Try it with raspberries and cut in half blackberries, just as long as you got some good berries, and you can do any kind of tart you want. And this recipe is just basics so you can play with. I always tell my audience, take the recipe and make it your
Play
own.
with it.
Yeah, enjoy it.
To your own taste.
Yeah, turn it into something that's yours. Absolutely.
I like
No plagiarism in cooking. It's just making it your own. You know.
That's
what I mean?
absolutely right.
You know?
Well, so make this to taste. In the meantime, we're going to taste this.
Yes.
And we will be back shortly to talk about the cocktail pairings
Okay.
and visit with Mr. Johnny Price about our evening's meal.
Okay.
So stick around for more Tasting Oklahoma.